The water in New Orleans is safe to drink again. Today, I spent the day talking to business owners who told me how they've been affected by this boil advisory and the many other boil advisories they've had to deal with in the city. And I've done versions of this story before, but what's interesting is I learn new things every time. For example, I talked to the owner of Slim Goody's Diner on Magazine Street, and she told me that she had not been using the dishwasher for things that customers were eating off of during the boil advisory. She says a lot of her customers are elderly, and she just wants to go above and beyond to make sure that she's not going to put any of them in danger. So that means that she keeps paper plates and bowls and styrofoam cups and plasticware on hand all the time because of how often the city is under a boil advisory. That's on top of having to buy bottled water, buy ice. And speaking of those, when I was at Mojo Coffee Roasters on Chopped, the owner there told me that they get their water and ice during emergency situations like this from Rouse's. And that means they're competing against everybody else in the city who also needs water and ice. And so he told me he left at 7:30 yesterday morning to make sure he could get pallets of water before the business opened. He said there was already a line and everybody in it was buying bottled water. He also told me something that I hadn't considered before, which is that some of their equipment, like their big industrial espresso maker, uses tap water that is hooked directly up to a line, and if the water pressure drops, they can't use it because it can break the machine. And let's be honest, none of these are really huge impositions on their own, but we're talking about in aggregate what all of these little inconveniences and small financial strains add up to for so many businesses and such a huge part of the city so many times per year. And the business owners told me that they're used to it, their customers are used to it, but they also worry that as the city's infrastructure keeps getting older, things like this are going to happen more often.